Welcome to Eureka channel, A Moment with Rokwaro. Today I'm going to discuss some two terminologies which are being very confusing within the gender literature, and that is gender and sex and equity and equality. Now, on gender, what is gender? The definition of gender is culturally defined roles assigned to men and women, boys and girls. What we mean by rules? Rules is allocated tasks by the society to men and women, boys and girls. So when it comes to the definition of gender, it is the society which defines the rules. And many times, many people get confused what really gender is. Now, when it comes to sex, sex is the biological differences between men and women, boys and girls. So now, when it comes to biology, you find that there are some definite differences between men and women, boys and girls. So, for example, girls and women and girls, they can give birth. They experience menses. Men cannot be able to do that because of their biological constitution. The physiology is different. And so it is very important to understand the differences of these two terminologies so that you don't get into a confusion to the second term, which I'm going now to discuss, and that is equity and equality. Equity is giving to each according to the needs. That is equity. That means, for example, when it comes to men and women, and there are some resources to be allocated, you don't allocate them equally because these people, they are very different, even in terms of biology, in terms of the cultural orientation. The way the society have subjected men and women is very different. And so you find that, for example, women have been disadvantaged in terms of the resources because of culture and even history, and sometimes there can even be modern constitution which may be discriminating against women. So when it comes to allocating resources, you find that you cannot allocate resources equally because men, for example, they have an advantage position throughout history. And so what do we mean? What do we mean? That we have to really look at men and women through different spectacles, especially when it comes to right-based view or even development agenda. We have to look at them differently. And so when it comes to equality, equality is assigning resources equally irrespective of sex. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. So the allocation is 50-50. But when it comes to equity, it can be 70-30, it can be 80-20, it can be 90-10, it can be 40-60, etc., etc. So now, when it comes to our country, then the issue of gender, when it comes to allocating resources, we have to ask ourselves, what factors should we consider when it comes to allocating resources to men and women, both when it comes to employment opportunities? So what we do, we have to use the affirmative action. What is affirmative action? Affirmative action is a deliberate move to correct an error which might have been occasioned either by history, by geography, or other circumstances disadvantaging a certain sex. And so, when it comes to now our country, the government has used deliberate moves to advantage, to correct the situation of women who have been in disadvantaged situation. And this comes also in the areas of education. When it comes to education, women, they have to be considered when it comes to points. The government has to consider that when it comes to the cut of points, it should not be the same with the boys and girls. When it comes also to arid areas, the marginal areas, northeastern should not be considered with the central region, or eastern, a bigger part of eastern. So, when it comes to education, when it comes to job allocation, the women should be given a bigger percentage. And you see, many people in Kenya, you find even some politicians trying to argue and say there is no need of having women rape. These people, they don't understand why that women rape was created. Women representative, it was to be, because when it comes to politics, women find themselves disadvantaged when it comes to campaigns. There is quite a lot of competition compared to men. And so now, how do we increase the number of women parliamentarians in parliament and even in Senate, in both houses? That is why we have the issue of nomination. And also that is why you also have county women representatives. The women rep is for those historical circumstances. But it has to be noted, when it comes to affirmative action, it is not permanent. When the situation is corrected, then it is removed. So I'm hoping that you are understanding. People, when it came to World Women Conferences, of which probably some you can remember, when it started, the first women conference, World Women Conference in Mexico in 1975. Then we had the one in Copenhagen, Denmark, and in Nairobi, which came up with the Nairobi forward-looking strategies. And then we also came up with something about correcting this disadvantage, and with a conference which was held in Beijing, China in 1995, which came up with Beijing Platform of Action. All these World Women Conferences, they were focusing on the aspect of equity. And you see, when you try to say men and women are equal, you are just losing the point. Because if you look in terms of even sex, there's no way in which they can be equal. But now when we look in terms of gender, they can be corrected. There are some roles which used to be assigned to men. The traditional society in medieval times, they thought that there were some roles, some tasks which were exclusive domain for men and not women. And so you find that even with colonialism, there were some jobs which were assigned for women. Jobs like typists, like receptionists, jobs like nurses. It's not expected even in the modern times, women to be doctors. That's what some people had, is a traditional thinking that women can only be nurses, not doctors. Women cannot, you can't imagine women becoming mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, civil engineers, pilots. They should be hostesses and others. But you see, now, when we come now to equity, we have to correct this misnomer. These culturally defined rules have to be changed, that women can do tasks which men can also do. So now I'm hoping that you are understanding the difference between gender and sex and equity and equality. And that is why women should be given a privileged position. Certain position should be designed, or rather, they shouldn't be for women because of these historical circumstances. And any developing society, any developing country, community, we should bear this in mind so that we see how our women can also be privileged and catch up with the historical disadvantages. Thank you very much. I hope you have understood the difference between gender and sex and equity and equality. Have a great day.